Good morning. Now on Weekend Sunrise, an active 24 hours in the murder investigation of a 15-year-old Ben Davis freshman. I'm Matt McCutcheon. Now that there's an arrest in the case, hear from the family coming up live.
And more weather changes move in this weekend. We'll see warmer weather, but we also have rain, freezing rain, and even some heavy rainfall in excess of 1 inch possible. I'll have the timing coming up in your weekend forecast.
Also this half hour, more stunning developments in the city's pothole repairs. We'll tell you what 13 Investigates has discovered. That's coming up.
From Indiana's news leader, Eyewitness News Weekend Sunrise starts now.
Good morning. Welcome to Weekend Sunrise. It's now 8 o'clock on your Saturday morning. I'm Naomi Peskovitz here with Kelly Green. Finally, a warm-up is in store, but something else first.
We have to deal with a little bit of fog, rain, as well as these temperatures climbing finally above normal.
Nice.
And yeah, so it actually will feel balmy this weekend, but we are dealing with a little bit of freezing rain this morning, some slick spots on the roadways, despite the fact that some areas are above the freezing mark. We're still hearing some reports of some freezing rain in portions of Bartholomew County. So several slide-offs there, and that is unfortunate. So keep that in mind as you head out today. We are going to be monitoring this situation over the next few hours here, and zooming in here closer to Bartholomew County, Elizabethtown, still seeing some spotty showers, but we're also seeing some spotty showers here in Connorsville, Laurel. This area is still closer to that freezing mark, so that may see a little bit of some icy conditions as well. Now, the good news is the National Weather Service has expired the freezing rain advisory, but we are watching temperatures warming above the freezing mark, so this should be an all rain event here very shortly. 39 degrees in Greensburg, 32 though still in Richmond. This is the iffy spot right now, as well as Bartholomew County, as we're hearing reports from there. Now, Future Track 13 does show that we'll see a chance of some scattered showers on and off through the day today. I do think a lot of areas will stay dry as we head into the afternoon, but it will be a cloudy day. We're going to see a lot of fog as the snow continues to melt, and temperatures will finally climb to near normal for this time of year, with highs around 48 degrees this afternoon. Warmer yet for tomorrow, and windy too. I'll have the details coming up in your full forecast.
Kelly, thank you. These are the many, many faces of William Golston Sr. 24 photos, in fact, all of them mugshots, and all for arrests of alleged crimes. The latest charge, the killing of 15-year-old Dominique Allen, whose body was discovered badly burned back in August. The Marion County prosecutor filed those murder charges yesterday morning, and this morning we are hearing more reaction from those who've been waiting for justice in this case. Sunrise reporter Matt McCutcheon is outside the Marion County Jail this morning, where Golston is being held ahead of his first court appearance. Matt, good morning.
Naomi, good morning. That court appearance comes Monday. The Allen family says they've known for just about 2 weeks that investigators were zeroing in on a suspect, and that arrest came this week in Bluffton, Indiana. Golston is now behind bars here in Marion County awaiting Monday's trial. The announcement that he would formally be charged with murder came Friday, an active 24 hours in this case. The family of Dominique Allen gathered while the prosecutor read those charges, holding hands, comforting one another. They say that while they're relieved there is a break and a murder in this case, and that the suspect is behind bars, at the end of the day, it still doesn't bring back the 15-year-old Ben Davis freshman who wanted to be a model. And the details of the case, hearing that Dominique had been murdered and then burned, are perhaps the two most horrific details they can't shake from their minds.
I still say to this day, Dominique was defenseless. She weighed 91 pounds. And I know that she fought. I know that she did. If she had DNA where they said it was, I know that she fought.
It's real bittersweet to us. We have a little bit of relief, but until we and ourselves know like we're able to let this go, then I think that's when the big relief will actually come.
Right.
Carry on without their baby sister, especially going into the Thanksgiving holiday, a time they describe as a happy but sad occasion because they will miss their younger sister. They add that they will be there for every court appearance, just like they've been there in the entire 3 months. The police have been searching for the murderer in this case, holding vigils, having walks, trying to keep the case in the forefront. They say they'll continue that once he goes to court. And know that there's a long legal road ahead. Reporting live, Matt McCutcheon, Channel 13 Eyewitness News.
Certainly thinking of that family this morning. Matt, thank you. Well, twin brothers in Kokomo are facing double trouble this weekend. Police arrested 22-year-old Andrew and Austin Ferguson on burglary charges after they allegedly broke the glass front door at Bert and John's Tavern in East Hoffer Street. The twins allegedly stole some items, then ran back to their house just down the block. Police tracked them by following their footsteps in the snow. The Fergusons were both out on bond from earlier burglary arrests when police caught them this week.
Quit letting people back out on the street so soon, giving people simple bonds to get back out. I mean, if the bonds were higher or no bonds, the people wouldn't be out.
Well, this is the second time the twins were out of jail on bond this year, and the second time police rearrested them on burglary charges. And this is an odd one. Overnight, Indiana State Excise Police arrested a 19-year-old after he was allegedly found passed out on a toilet in someone else's home. This happened on the 1200 block of West Ashland Street in Muncie, near Ball State campus. When the homeowners got home after 3 a.m., they found the young man sitting on their toilet with his sweatshirt hood pulled up over his head. Police say he may have gotten into the house through an unlocked back door. The teen has been arrested on preliminary charges of illegal consumption. 13 Investigates has new information this morning about Indy's pothole problem. Earlier this week, we showed you how very few people were getting reimbursed for car damage like flat tires and bent rims. 90% of claims filed with the city were denied. The city says it didn't have reasonable time to make the repairs, but 13 Investigates found some of the potholes went unrepaired for 10 working days to nearly a month.
I understand that there were some cars were damaged, and that is regrettable.
I'd just like to see it taken care of ahead of time, to prevent it rather than patchwork it.
Well, the City County Council passed $24 million in emergency funds for road repairs this summer, but the mayor's office says it got the money too late, and that means those road repairs will now have to wait until next spring, which feels a long way from now because we've just entered winter, it feels.
Yes, definitely. We have had winter-like conditions, but the good news is we're going to see a bit of a warm-up this weekend. We are dealing with some rain, even some freezing rain earlier this morning. That is coming to an end, but there's still some slick spots out there. I'll have the timing of the next wave of rain coming up in your SkyTrack 13 forecast.
And a new threat this weekend for the area pummeled with nearly 80 inches of snow. How crews are getting ready for everything to melt.
Most people think Thanksgiving is all about the turkey. I'm getting ready to tell you how Thanksgiving can be all about the cocktails.
Welcome back, 8:10 on your Saturday morning. Now that the snow has stopped, it's warming up in Buffalo, New York, and that brings the threat of a different kind, flooding. 13 people died during this week's extreme snow. NBC's Rahima Ellis has more from New York, where nearly 80 inches fell.
Emerging from their homes in Hamburg for the first time in 4 days, residents began the enormous task of digging out from 7 feet of snow.
I haven't worked out in a while, so it's been a pretty good workout.
Dozens of roofs like this have collapsed under the heavy weight of several feet of snow. Officials now worry that many other buildings with flat roofs are at risk. Homeowners aren't taking any chances and are clearing the roofs. Were you feeling nervous about the potential for structural damage?
Yeah, we heard a little bit of creaking a couple days ago.
And with rising temperatures, a new threat.
The warming will bring melting. Melting will bring water. Water will bring floods.
Today, fire crews from New York City headed north to help. 1,600 trucks have hauled away 32,000 tons of snow.
We're right near 20A.
But the view from the air clearly shows that's just the beginning. People struggling to get to work. Carl Fruhoff was able to make it to work to fill prescriptions for customers in need. You were the only one open.
Exactly. Well, I mean, the 3 feet of snow in the parking lot has a lot to do with it, and obviously no one can get out. But my wife and I own it, and we believe that we need to be here when people need their medicine.
Snowmobiles picked up Buffalo Bills players so they could travel to Detroit for Monday's relocated game. And in neighborhoods across the city,
this is where Buffalo is at its finest, and everybody's here to help each other out.
You didn't think twice about coming out to help your neighbors?
No, not at all. We do it all the time.
Rahima, thank you. And still to come on Weekend Sunrise, we'll have a story you have to see to believe. A window washer falls 11 stories and survives. We'll tell you how he's doing this morning.
And temperatures are climbing above the freezing mark in most locations this morning. 38 in Hope, 39 in Carmel, 41 degrees already in Crawfordsville. The warm-up continues this weekend. I'll have the details on Weekend Sunrise.
Welcome back. A window washer in San Francisco fell 11 stories and landed on a moving car. He survived the fall, but was last listed in critical condition. Investigators say the man was getting ready to wash windows at the Sterling Bank and Trust building yesterday morning when he fell off the apparatus and landed on that Toyota Camry there. The driver, of course, wasn't sure what happened at first, but police say the car actually helped cushion the man's fall. Well, officials are still monitoring the movement of a lava flow on Hawaii's Big Island this morning. The lava is burning thick vegetation in the area, as you can see, and filling it with smoke. The Kilauea volcano has been erupting continuously for more than 31 years, but in late June, the flow began threatening the small town of Pahoa. One home was destroyed before the lava flow stalled again. Hawaii County Civil Defense officials say there has been no new activity since last weekend. Well, we always say the grass is always greener. We would want to be in Hawaii right now, but that does not look like something you'd want to be involved in.
Not a fun natural disaster at all.
No. On our end, some rain, freezing rain today.
That's right. We had some freezing rain earlier this morning, still causing some slick spots. I know from Bartholomew County, we've heard some reports of some slide-offs there, numerous slide-offs. So keep that in mind all across central Indiana. As you can see, over the past 6 hours, we've had this precipitation move in. It ran into temperatures that were below the freezing mark, so it did land and it refroze on the surfaces. So we're still dealing with some icy patches across the area, but notice a lot of it has really tapered off over the past hour or so. We still have some isolated spotty showers here and there. Taking a look here, Cass County, Logansport, Denver, Peru, and Miami County still seeing some light rain there, and also seeing some rain in Richmond, which has been just hovering above the freezing mark at this point. So may still see some slick spots in some of our areas today. So keep that in mind this morning. A lot of cloudy skies across Kokomo, but the snow is starting to melt, and we are going to see some foggy conditions as that snow melts. It is currently 38 degrees in Indianapolis, 40 in Lafayette, 39 degrees in Kokomo, 36 in Columbus, and notice Richmond still at 32 degrees. Cloudy skies across our HD Skycam, kind of an ominous start this morning, but the good news is temperatures have been warming up. Winds are out of the south-southeast at 7 miles per hour, air temperature at 38, and it feels like it's 33 degrees. So we do have a bit of a wind chill. It'll feel a bit raw at times, and we have the potential of a few more scattered showers on and off throughout the day today. I do think a good portion of the day will be dry for many locations. The better chances of rain will be along and north of I-70 this afternoon on into the evening. Nonetheless, it'll still be a cloudy day. Not going to see much sun today, but winds will be out of the south-southwest from about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Temperatures will climb to 48 degrees this afternoon, and it will be quite foggy as that snow continues to melt. Later on this evening, another round of showers will be possible. It will continue into Sunday morning as the system moves in closer. Tonight, it will be a mild overnight. Temperatures will only fall to 41 degrees, and it will be breezy with winds out of the south 5 to 15 miles per hour. And then as we head into Sunday, I do expect to see the system really ramping up. We're going to see the winds picking up, especially by late afternoon on Sunday, and then heavy rainfall will be possible Sunday night on into Monday morning. So we could see some ponding on the roadways. Keep that in mind. Tomorrow, mild and wet. Temperatures gradually climb to 54 degrees, and we will see some potential for some heavy rainfall by Monday morning. Some areas could pick up 1.5 inches of rain by the time it's all said and done Monday morning. In the meantime, today we'll see a high of 48 degrees down to 41 tomorrow morning, high of 54 for Sunday, wet and windy. And then as we get into Monday, the rain will start to taper off, could transition over to a few snow showers, and then Monday, falling temperatures down into the low 30s by late afternoon. A few flurries possible Tuesday, and we are tracking a chance of snow late Wednesday night into Thanksgiving Day morning. Naomi?
Kelly, thank you. WTHR is proud to partner with Nuvo newspaper for a fresh and exciting look at what's going on all over central Indiana. So what's new with Nuvo? Today, Megan Banks takes us to Fountain Square, where she learned that for some, Thanksgiving is about more than just the meal.
Hi, I'm hanging out at Thunderbird in Fountain Square with the food editor of Nuvo, Sarah Moreau. We're getting ready and talking about what's going on in next week's Nuvo issue. Sarah, can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, next week's issue is all about cocktails. It's all about great bartender talent in Indianapolis. The Wednesday before Thanksgiving is known in the industry as Black Wednesday. It's the highest grossing sales day in bars in the United States. So we are presenting a worst case scenario guide to the holidays with a cocktail remedy for any situation that you might encounter, whether you're spending holidays at home or by yourself even. We have cocktails in here from places like Teeny, Black Market, the Wellington, and of course here at Thunderbird as well.
Sounds like a lot of good drinks. Looks like you have one sitting right here with us. Can you tell us a little bit about this?
This is the cocktail that is featured by Roger Gross, the bartender here at Thunderbird. It is inspired by the new menu by Chef Andrew Whitmoyer. It has a lot of the same Southern-inspired flavors in there. It has this beautiful color from apple butter, which was incorporated from the menu. And so we're going to have this one, we're going to have the recipe and everything that you need to make it at home. And of course, we're going to have all the information you need to come find it here at Thunderbird on our website at nuvo.net/food.
I'm going to have to look for that recipe to see if I can make one as good as it is here at home.
Absolutely. You'd be surprised. Making apple butter is actually really easy to do at home. You just need to put your apples in a crock pot with some sugar and you're all set. Just let it go.
Very nice. Well, I will look forward to picking up Nuvo's issue next Wednesday at local Bob's, which are black outside boxes throughout Fountain Square, Broad Ripple. And you can also find the cocktail recipes on nuvo.net.
All right, thank you. WTHR and Nuvo, of course, want everyone to have fun this holiday, but to do it safely. Don't drink and drive. Also, if that apple drink looked tasty to you, the bartender is going to take us through some of the steps coming up at 9:30 this morning on Weekend Sunrise. Well, coming up, while you'll be waking up early Thursday morning to watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, a group of local teens will be living it. Still ahead, an inside look as they get ready to take the national spotlight. Welcome back. It's been 2 years since a Carmel teen died from alcohol poisoning, despite the law designed to save lives under those circumstances. Since then, the parents of 18-year-old Brett Feinblum have been spreading the message about the Lifeline law. Sunrise anchor Bruce Kopp gives us a look at the ongoing effort that is making a difference in Indiana.
For Dawn Feinblum, the memory of her son is the driving force behind her road trips across the state.
I want to make sure that every student in our state and even in other states understand that if you drink too much too fast that you can die.
18-year-old Brett Finbloom was a standout high school soccer player getting ready to go off to college when he was at a party and drank too much. His friends, who were worried about the legal consequences, waited too long to call 911.
I cannot feel a pulse right now, so I'm really freaking out.
I think if they had been educated that it would have been a totally different result.
Indiana State Senator Jim Merritt authored the Lifeline Law, which provides legal protections to minors under the influence to report a medical emergency. The law was passed here just 1 month before Brett Finbloom's death, and since then the effort to educate students and parents has grown.
I feel like we're making progress, but I want to make progress even faster.
Over the past 2 years, Dawn Finbloom, her husband, and others involved in the educational campaign have made more than 40 visits to college campuses, high schools, and community meetings to spread the word. And they've heard stories of how the Lifeline Law is working.
We know of 14 cases personally where we've been told that someone has made the call or a call was made for them and a life was saved. I see that we're making a big difference by getting this grassroots effort out, but it's not just me that's doing this. It takes a community of support, and we've been getting that community of support from the parent talking to their kid and establishing that pre-commitment, telling their child to call.
She says she'll continue to make the appearances as long as schools accept the invitation. And the message on the Lifeline Law is simple. Dawn wears the T-shirt, which says on the back, "Make the call, stay, cooperate." She even wears a wristband that encourages others to make a difference by remembering the Lifeline Law. Bruce Kopp, Channel 13 Eyewitness News.
And if you know someone making a difference, let us know. Just hashtag the words "making a difference" on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram to get in touch with Bruce. Well, today IPS schools will start accepting applications for their magnet program. If you aren't sure whether the program is right for your child, you can check out the opportunities that are available today at Circle Center Mall. All 60 schools will be at the IPS showcase from 10 to 4. Booths will be set up on all 3 levels of the mall for you to learn more. Organizers will also be there to help with enrollment. Well, there's an uneasy feeling floating over Missouri this morning. Coming up, the decision expected this weekend that could put Ferguson in the throes of conflict once again.
And there are some slick spots across central Indiana this morning due to some freezing rain that we had. Temperatures are climbing above the freezing mark, but take your time as you travel this morning. I'll have details about more rain, windy conditions, and balmy temperatures in your weekend forecast.
Tension in Ferguson as a decision is expected this weekend about whether to charge the police officer who shot and killed an unarmed teen. Coming up, how businesses are getting ready for potential riots. And sexual assaults on campus coming up, when and where the attacks happened, and what campus police say students should do to protect themselves.
And we did have some reports of some slick spots, especially in Bartholomew County this morning. Take it easy as you travel. I'll have details on today's rain and heavy rain for Sunday.
From Indiana's news leader, Eyewitness News Weekend Sunrise starts now.
Good morning to you. Welcome to Weekend Sunrise. It's 8:30 on your Saturday morning. I'm Naomi Peskovitz here with Kelly Green, who is tracking some freezing rain this morning, but a warm up.
That's right. We are going to finally climb above the freezing mark. Yesterday we did get up to 33 degrees, but today we'll see a lot of the snow melting. And we did have to deal with some freezing rain earlier this morning. Still some slick spots across central Indiana. Temperatures are starting to respond to the warmer southerly breeze, but as you can see, we still have some scattered showers across the area. Now, Ashley Wallace tweeted out a picture that is part of the Give Thanks Walk for St. Jude. It's going on right now at the Children's Museum. A good morning to actually be indoors today, so thanks to Ashley for sending that. Notice temperatures, though, finally climbing above the freezing mark. 40 degrees in Lafayette. It's 39 in Kokomo, 41 in Muncie, 39 degrees in Greensburg, and 38 right now in Indianapolis. So that is definitely the good news. We still have the potential of a few scattered showers on and off through the afternoon on into the evening, especially along and north of I-70 today. It'll be a cloudy day and likely foggy too, with winds out of the south-southwest from about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Temperatures will climb to 48 degrees, which, believe it or not, is really on track for normal for this time of year. But we also will likely see some reduced visibility as foggy conditions will be likely. It'll be warmer tomorrow. Heavy rainfall will be likely. I'll have the timing of that and how much we'll receive coming up in your weekend forecast. Naomi?
Kelly, thank you. Overnight, 90 Indy Snow Force drivers worked to treat city streets. They spread salt on primary and secondary roads to prevent ice from building up there. A second crew of drivers is also on standby in case they need to spread more salt coming up this afternoon. Now we'll keep tracking all this freezing rain. Kelly will be back in just a moment with a closer look at the hour-by-hour forecast. We'll also post updates all day on WTHR.com. You can also stay ahead of the storm by downloading our free SkyTrack 13 weather app. Well, this morning there is still no word from the grand jury considering charges against Ferguson police officer Darren Wilson in the August shooting death of Michael Brown. Prosecutors have said the group will likely reach a decision before the end of the month. Many believe now it could come this weekend. Jay Gray in Ferguson with more.
As the streets grow more crowded in Ferguson, there is an uneasy tension that comes with the waiting here.
Let's just face it. The city is really in a panic at this point in anticipation of this decision.
A decision that many believe will come this weekend from the grand jury considering charges against police officer Darren Wilson in the August shooting death of unarmed teen Michael Brown.
I have confidence that we will come through this better and not the worse.
But the images of violence in the days after Brown's death serve as both a painful reminder and a warning here.
By hurting others or destroying property is not the answer.
In a videotaped public service announcement, Brown's father, Michael Brown Sr., has called for calm regardless of the grand jury's decision.
Together.
Local sports stars and Attorney General Eric Holder don't mention Ferguson or the case, but they're also calling for unity and peace. A message plastered on many of the boarded up windows and doors in this community right now. A familiar cry from protesters that's echoed in the days since Brown's death.
The reason why there are different hands from different people, different races, different ages, is basically to say that, like, we need all the people, no matter who they are, no matter what color they are, to stand together.
And so many hope, no matter what the grand jury says.
Jay Gray, Channel 13 Eyewitness News.
Jay, thank you. One school district in the Ferguson area has called off classes Monday and Tuesday, citing potential unrest. We will keep an eye on this story throughout the morning and bring you any updates right here on Weekend Sunrise. New on Weekend Sunrise, 4 people are dead this morning, including a pregnant woman, after a shooting rampage overnight in Cleveland. Police say a 10-year-old girl was also injured, but she is expected to survive. 2 men and 2 women were killed in the shooting. Officers have not released the identity of the victims. The investigation is still underway, and police say they currently have no suspects or information about a motive. Butler University sent out a campus-wide warning after 2 alleged rapes on campus. The university says the same female student was allegedly raped by a man she knew on 2 occasions this month. The victim did not actually report the sexual assaults. 3 students who knew about the attacks told a campus housing representative, who then notified campus police. They are still investigating. The victim has not yet filed a police report. The university sent out a warning on its timely warning system, advising students to make boundaries clear with people they may be seeing. It also suggested students watch out for one another when someone may not be able to defend themselves in certain situations.
Whenever we'll see a situation that we know might be uncomfortable for that person, we take it upon ourselves together as friends to kind of like bring that person under our wing, almost kind of let that person join in on our group or something.
And this news broke on campus just as students were packing up and heading out for the Thanksgiving holiday. Excise officers are increasing patrols around college campuses starting this weekend. Uniformed and plain-clothed officers will be patrolling residential areas and side streets that border campuses, as well as liquor store parking lots nearby. Well, it took months of preparation for what will be a 75-second performance on national TV. The Center Grove Marching Band is getting ready to march in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. They sure sound good. The Marching Trojans will perform a section of their field competition show this from the fall. They leave for New York Monday right after school, and you can watch the parade on Thanksgiving morning right here on Channel 13. Always a Thanksgiving highlight. So fun to see local kids.
I know. I love it
How
so
cool.
much. What a great opportunity for them.
Yeah, and hopefully they'll get at least dry weather, even if it's cold.
Yes.
Unlike
Well,
what we're seeing.
Yeah, we are definitely going to see some wet weather this weekend. The good news is it is a little bit warmer. As you can see over the past few hours, we've had some freezing rain and some scattered showers. We have more rain in the forecast this weekend. I'll have the timing coming up in your SkyTrack 13 forecast.
And by now, you've probably seen the Sunrise Cookbook. Here it is. If you haven't picked it up yet, this is a good morning to do it. Coming up, where you can meet the Sunrise crew and get your own book signed. Coming up.
Hello, testing 1 2 3 1 2.
Welcome back. We are just days away from Thanksgiving, and if you're still thinking about some recipes to make for your family, why not check out the Sunrise Cookbook? Chuck Lofton joins us live now from the Marsh in Castleton near 82nd and Allisonville. Chuck, how's it going? Are you guys cooking yet or just selling cookbooks?
We're selling cookbooks and we're eating a lot. By the way, Naomi, the word is, now that you're back home, that Mom's going to have you make Thanksgiving dinner. Did you know that?
Nope.
Yeah, that's the word on the street.
She knows better.
Well, here's one of the things that you can make for a dessert. This is from Andrea Moorhead, and this is one of the tastiest treats I think I've ever had. It is a pretzel turtle treat, and we have them here for the folks who are in line. You know, we had folks that were here before 6:45 today. We're at 5151 East 82nd Street at the Marsh near Castleton. We're near Allisonville Road. We've got some folks in line right now, so we've got our second wave starting to move in. Here's Steve and Vicki. Thanks for coming today.
Good morning.
Now, you've been here before to buy cookbooks, right?
We've been to each one.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, what did you think of the cookbooks that you've had in the past?
Oh, love them. And I've had this one for a couple weeks, so I've already looked through it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad that you're here. Have a great day
Great,
today.
thanks.
Thank you for coming. Hey, we want you to come here, and we want you to remember that we're out of here at 11, so it's kind of an early cookbook signing, and we've got Mimi and Bruce and Julia. Wave hi, everybody. And we're also glad to have this year, since we're back with Marsh, Mary Snell, who's the nutritionist for Marsh. And one of the great things about the Sunrise Cookbooks, Mary, is the nutritional information in
Yeah,
there.
we think it's important because a lot of people are interested in knowing about the calories and the fat and the sodium level, and so every recipe has a nutritional breakdown, so you can kind of monitor what you want to have during the holidays.
As you've looked through these recipes, and we got Thanksgiving coming up, and of course we're doing everything early this year primarily to get folks the cookbooks in their hands before Thanksgiving. What are some of the really nutritionally good things that folks can get there?
Oh, Chuck, I mean, there are so many in there. And actually, you know, there's a lot of nice recipes for the holidays, but this goes throughout the entire year. There are nice dips that you can have during the spring, some grilling ideas for the summer. So really, I'd have a hard time picking my favorites, to be honest with you.
Well, there are a lot of them in there, and we want you to come again. 5151 East 82nd Street. Mimi, Bruce, Julia, Mary, and I are here. We'll sign your cookbooks. We want you to buy a whole bunch of them because remember, all of the proceeds go to the United Christmas Service. We are doing very well in selling these so far this year. So head on down. And Naomi, by the way, there are some fantastic recipes for you to create that Thanksgiving dinner that apparently you are now going to make.
I don't know.
And they're easy. That's the thing. I was told once, because I can't cook anything, that if you can read, you can cook. So I know that you can read, so we've got some great opportunities for you here with the Sunrise Cookbook available at Marsh grocery stores.
I think my mom would probably opt for someone else's cooking as opposed to mine. But we should mention, if you look through the actual cookbook, even though they're healthy recipes, they all look fantastic.
They are, and they're great. And again, we have samples here. That's Julia's dip. This is Andrea Moorhead's wonderful treat. So come on out. We'd love to see you out at Castleton today. And Bruce is going to be here in a little while to be with you.
All right, Chuck, thank you so much. Enjoy your time out there. I know a lot of folks really excited to see you guys and get their book signed. Thank you.
Thanks, Naomi.
All right, Kelly Green joining me now. I don't know if you noticed, but Mimi and Julia were both scarved up.
Yes.
And today you might actually make it without a scarf.
Right.
The one day in a while.
Yeah, finally we're seeing a little break in the cold snap that we've had. We're seeing a little bit of warmer air moving in, and that has allowed precipitation to fall mainly as rain, although we did have some reports of some freezing rain, and some scanner traffic had reported some slide-offs in some locations, including Miami County and Bartholomew County. So things are improving, though, as the air temperature warms up, but we are still seeing some scattered showers all across central Indiana. Taking a look at live Doppler 13 radar right now, zooming in here, Tippecanoe County. Lafayette just had some scattered shower activity, so still dealing with some spotty rain here and there. Rockville along US 36, still some scattered showers, and also in Connorsville, seeing some rain right now as well. In this area, in our eastern viewing areas, still seeing temperatures kind of hovering right around the freezing mark. Greensburg, notice here, a lot of the snow is already melted, but it's a cloudy day. It will likely be pretty foggy today as well, thanks to that snow melt. It is currently 37 in Marion, 41 in Muncie, 39 degrees in Greensburg, and it's 40 degrees already in Lafayette. Now notice these cloudy skies, a little bit foggy out there with those low-hanging clouds. It is currently 38 degrees, again winds out of the south-southeast at 7 miles per hour, now we do have a wind chill. It feels like it's 33, but certainly not as bad as what we've had over the past several days. Future Track 13 starting the timeline here at 10 a.m. We'll still see some scattered showers on and off throughout the day today. I do think a good chunk of the day will be dry, but nonetheless, we'll still keep some spotty activity in the forecast for most of the area. It will be a cloudy day, and again, it will still be a bit foggy here and there. Temperatures today, though, finally climbing above where we normally are at this time of year, climbing into the upper 40s with some scattered showers possible. And those winds will be out of the south today, a little bit breezy at times. Then later on tonight, notice Future Track brings in a little bit more rain, and that will continue into Sunday morning. Now, this system will start to really ramp up tomorrow, but in the meantime, it will stay mild tonight with winds out of the south 5 to 15 miles per hour and scattered showers possible with that low around 41 degrees. Now, during the day tomorrow, I think we'll see some dry hours during the morning hours, but as we head into the afternoon, more rain will start to push in. In fact, it will become heavy at times, especially by Sunday evening. This will continue into the early morning hours on Monday. Tomorrow, though, we'll start off in the low 40s. Showers will be possible, especially by later afternoon hours, and temperatures climb to 54 degrees. It will feel almost balmy. And then we're talking about some heavy rainfall. Now, this is accumulations from today all the way through Monday morning, but we're talking in excess of 1 inch to possibly 1.5 inches by Monday morning, so certainly a lot of rain in a short amount of time. Now, Future Track 13 shows this system. Now, this is just a very large area of low pressure, and I put the isobars on here. Those are the lines on here. That is showing a tight pressure gradient. What that means is we could see some very windy conditions, and notice on the back side of the system by Monday morning, we may see that rain changing over to some snow showers. Temperatures today climbing to 48 degrees on Sunday, 54. Heavy rainfall likely Sunday night into Monday. Monday, we could see that change over from rain to snow, and falling temperatures on Monday by late afternoon. They'll be down into the low 30s. Cold for Tuesday, a few flurries possible. May see some snow showers pushing in late Wednesday night into Thanksgiving Day morning. Naomi?
Kelly, thank you. You can explore all corners of the world today just with a trip to the state fairgrounds. The 38th annual Indie International Festival kicks off this morning at 10. That's inside the West Pavilion. The festival features exhibits from more than 50 different ethnic groups and, of course, plenty of food, music, entertainment. The event is meant to showcase our city's ethnic diversity. One of the area's most beloved holiday traditions opens to the public today at the Idle Jorg. The Jingle Rails exhibit was recently named one of USA Today's top 10 holiday attractions, and you can check it out starting today. The scale model train track features 8 locomotives, nearly 1,200 feet of track, and more than 30 model buildings, including local and national landmarks. Doors open today at 10. The exhibit runs through the holidays. Well, he's as prominent and anonymous as any man can be. He bags groceries, and yet he is so well known that he's commonly referred to with only one name. Only in Indiana, Eyewitness News reporter Kevin Rader and photographer Joel Clausen introduced the rest of us to Kenny.
After 25 years, they have this routine down. Since he can't drive, Dad or Mom dropped Kenny Newell off at work, and after 25 years, he still can't wait to get there.
So they keep you busy?
Oh, yes. I love it.
Kenny is a bagger at O'Malley's Supermarket in Carmel, but to say he is a bagger would be a gross disservice to a man who's made service his life.
But my parents don't like having birthdays in April. You want to know why? Why? They're too close to income tax time. My mom has a chicken recipe, and it's called Chicken Simon and Garfunkel because it has parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme in it.
No, Kenny will enchant you with jokes, regale you with stories.
Are you having a good week?
Or impress you with his pace. You see, at age 51, Kenny lives life at a trot.
I'm sorry. I know. I knew you were waiting for me, so I took extra slow.
He's a ray of sunshine.
Well, if you give me your address sometime, maybe I'll ask my mom to write down a recipe for you.
Well, if you'd ask her to write it down, just put it in a copy.
Oh, okay. I'll try to do that.
In this case, the customer has a cold, and since every customer is a regular customer to Kenny, he's working on the remedy. He is as observant as he is curious.
How's your husband?
He's doing good.
That's good.
Yeah, he's been working hard in the yard.
Oh, wow.
Leaves and all that stuff.
Oh, man, I'm tired of leaves. I don't even rake them, and I'm tired of them. It's fun. I feel very blessed. I'd be lost without my job.
Quite a statement from a man who was struck by a car at the tender age of 3 and then told after he awoke from a 2-week coma that he might never walk.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
And yet here he is on his break, strolling for change in the parking lot, even checking out the trash cans.
I look crazy doing it and checking these places sometimes, but I don't care.
He gives it to his sister for his niece's college fund.
Oh, and making it more interesting for my sisters, when I do find paper money, I put the date on it and where I found it.
After the break, I thought I'd get a quick word in, but...
Oh, excuse me, please.
Oh, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Love that guy.
The accident has left him with the ability to only see out of one eye at a time, a kind of tunnel vision as he describes it, and he has trouble with the balance, but...
I'm very blessed. God has been good to me. Good to see you.
He has amassed a loyal following.
So how's your family doing?
They're awesome.
Customers say he is as well known as the mayor and maybe more popular.
But be careful, if they break, the yoke could be on you. Will you do me a big favor? Have a great day.
Kenny may be struggling with balance in his life. We all do. But he's found his calling.
Have a great day.
How many of us can say that?
It's good to see you. How have you been?
Kevin Rader, Channel 13, Eyewitness News.
And Kevin is always looking for stories to tell that are uniquely Indiana. If you have a story idea for him, send him an email at krader@WTHR.com. Now here's Dave Calabro with a look at what's next in sports.
Good morning, everybody. Operation Football Semi-State Action. We're going to jump on Chopper 13 next. Stay with us.
I'm Gary Dick, and here's what's topping Indiana business news headlines this week. Indianapolis-based craft beer maker Flat 12 Beer Works is opening a second brewery this weekend. The Jeffersonville Tap Room, located near the Big 4 Bridge in southeast Indiana, part of Flat 12's goal of a larger regional footprint, which already extends into Illinois, Cincinnati, Louisville, and Tennessee. A Ball State University spokeswoman says architectural design work and site preps have begun on a proposed $26 million campus housing and hospitality development. Joan Todd says construction on McKinley Commons could begin next year. IUPUI Chancellor Charles Bance says he will step down next August. He's led the school for more than a decade and says he will return as a faculty member after a one-year leave. Details on the search for a successor expected in the coming weeks. The city of Indianapolis has secured more March Madness days after landing a Final Four for 2021. News that Bankers Life Fieldhouse will host first and second round tournament games in 2017. And we'll have all of the week's business news, including why Indiana innovators are embracing failure. That's tomorrow morning at 11, right here on Channel 13. I'm Gary Dick. Go out and make it a successful weekend.
Operation Football on Eyewitness News is brought to you by Marsh, Reed Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Ray Skillman Automotive, and powered by the IHSAA.
You have to want it more than they do. Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
Good morning, everybody. Semi-state action last night. You can see all the scores at WTHR.com. Right now, let's jump on board Chopper 13 and go flying with Operation Football Skylight. What an amazing sunset as we take a ride on Chopper 13, bound for Bloomington. Too bad it wasn't as warm as it looked. The Cathedral Irish on the road, trying to get back to the state championship, chasing their 5th consecutive trophy. Bloomington South driving, but this trick play backfired. Cathedral's Cody Stockton with the interception to stop the drive. Just before the half, South comes knocking again. 4th down, quarterback Bryce Stancombe. Perfect pass to Logan Kirby. 36-yard TD. South up 7-0 at halftime. The Cougars thinking upset. But Cathedral takes Bloomington South to overtime. Evan Christopher with a 4-yard TD. The Irish win it 27-24. They'll play for the 5A state title next weekend. Let's head north. Roncalli High School for the Class A semi-state. Lutheran with a warm welcome for Operation Football. The Saints in the lead in the second half, but not for long. North Vermilion's Cody Wright fakes the handoff and he finishes. Lutheran down 5. North Vermilion drives again, and it's Wright with the right move again. He keeps it. North Vermilion ends the Lutheran season 37-19. They'll play in the Single A championship game next week right there at Lucas Oil Stadium. Oh yeah, what another great year of Operation Football Skylight. And in 4A, New Pal upsets Columbus East last night. New Pal headed to the state championship game. I'm Dave Calabra. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you later.
Dave, thank you. A man charged in the murder of an Indianapolis teenager, how police caught him, and what people who know him are saying this morning.